Just like your favorite Black Mirror episode that scared you about the future, Elon's here to do it again. His robots, Tesla We Robot event, everything revealed, 8 minutes. This is essentially everything that happened during the event. Yep. So to my understanding, this is actually just a cab that doesn't have a driver. All right, let's see. This is basically just a robotic WWE entrance. Okay.
Welcome to the We Robot Party. So we have quite a show for you tonight. I think you're gonna like it. As you can see, I just arrived in the Robotaxi, the Cybercab, and there's 20 more where that came from. So they've been traveling. There's no people in them, as you can see. The car's just going by with no people.
Y'all gotta get off his dick, bro. Like, he says, hey guys, and everybody goes insane. It ain't that deep. This is cool though. I'd like to see this actually move forward and do something. But I've seen multiple videos about these cars not doing what they're supposed to.
And we have 50 fully autonomous cars here tonight. So you'll see Model Ys and the Cybercab, all driverless. You'll be able to take a ride in the Cybercab. There's no steering wheel or pedals.
Okay.
So I hope this goes well. I think
the main thing here is why. You know what I mean? So like, for example, they're competing with Uber. So okay, it says most affordable, cheapest to operate, always your car. So most affordable. I know they're talking about Tesla here, but are they talking about this cab company too? Because you have to reduce cost enough for people to say, you know what, I'll just take this after the novelty wears off, obviously. But once the novelty wears off, how do you compete with Uber? You don't have an employee, so you lose the cost of whatever, say $15 an hour, $12 an hour, $2 an hour, however much Uber drivers are getting paid these days. And also with it being electric, you can save the money there, and you're sourcing your own vehicles. But Uber doesn't need to source its own vehicles. People use their own vehicles as Uber, right? I think so. It's interesting. I'm interested to see where Robotaxi goes, because it's a really cool concept, and I think the novelty is really, really cool, but it's going to wear off, and I don't know how they're going to compete with Uber.
the cost of autonomous transport will be so low that you can think of it like individualized mass transit.
My fault. I didn't know he was going to say that.
The average cost of a bus per mile for a city, not the ticket price, because that is subsidized, but the average price is about $1 a mile. Whereas the cost of Cybercab, we think probably over time, from the operating cost is probably going to be around 20 cents a mile. And price, including taxes and everything else, probably ends up being 30 or 40 cents a mile. So yes, and you will be able to buy one.
That's cool though. That is cool.
Yes,
and also you got to think, if you're spending $100 on a cab, it's actually going to be $35 in the Cybercab. So that's what I'm saying. They have to be
we expect the cost to
extremely
be
low
below
cost
$30,000.
to where it's literally
We do
better
expect actually to
than
start,
public transport.
fully autonomous, unsupervised FSD in Texas and California next year. And that's obviously with the Model 3 and Model Y. And then we expect to be in production with the Cybercab, which is really highly optimized for autonomous transport.
Okay.
Probably, well, I tend to be a little optimistic with timeframes, but in 2026. So, yeah, before 2027. Let me put it that way. When you get in, you'll see like it's really quite a wild experience to just be in a car with no steering wheel, no pedals, no controls, and it feels great. Something we're also doing is, and it's really high time we did this, is inductive charging. So
What is
the
that?
Robotaxi has no plug. It just goes over the inductive charger and charges.
Okay, so
So,
you're gonna have an outpost for these to go
Kinda
back
have
to
to
and get charged.
Oh, and also,
Got it.
what happens if you need a vehicle that is bigger than a Model Y?
Cyberbus.
The Robovan. The Robovan is this is we're
like
going
a
to make
van.
this, and it's going to look like that. Now, can you imagine going down the streets and you see this coming towards you? That'd be sick.
Like he's smart because he is innovating in the world, and then he's also making it futuristic. So people are like, oh, we're finally there. We're finally getting to the next step. So people are investing in this stuff. You know what I mean?
So this can carry up to 20 people, and it can also transport goods. So you can configure it for goods transport within a city, or transport of up to 20 people at a time. So this is gonna,
Yeah.
the Robovan is what's gonna solve for high density. So if you want to take a sports team somewhere, or you're looking to really get the cost of travel down to, I don't know, 5-10 cents a mile, then you can use the Robovan. Some people call it the Robovan, but speaking of robots,
See, that's the thing. I don't think people care about the cost of travel. People do not care about the carbon emissions, about the whatever. They care how much money they're spending at the end of their trip. Now, I know that's kind of what he means, but that means that like people aren't gonna use this just because, you know, whatever. It's a novelty, so people probably will. But if people can take the bus, they're gonna take the bus, right? But if Robotaxi and for this whatever, but Robotaxi is truly 30% or sorry, at a 30% cost of a regular taxi, so $1 for regular transport down to 35 cents, it's gonna be hard to beat. Like, I'm doing that every single time.
So everything we've developed for our cars, the batteries, power electronics, the advanced motors, gearboxes, the software, the AI inference computer, it all actually applies to a humanoid robot. So the same techniques, it's just a robot with arms and legs instead of a robot with wheels. And we've made a lot of progress with Optimus. And as you can see, we started it with someone in a robot suit, sort of down, and then we've progressed dramatically year after year. So if you extrapolate this, you're really going to have something spectacular, something that anyone could own. So you could have your own personal R2-D2 C-3PO.
Like, it's super cool.
And I think at scale, this would cost something like, I don't know, $20,000, $30,000. Probably less than a car, is my prediction long term.
That's what I'm saying though. Like, how do you justify that? 30 grand?
Now, it'll take us a minute to get to the long term, but But fundamentally, at scale, the Optimus robot, you should be able to buy an Optimus robot for, I think, probably $20,000 to $30,000 long term. So, and what can it do? It'll basically do anything you want. So it can be a teacher, babysit your kids. It can walk your dog, mow your lawn, get the groceries, just be your friend, serve drinks, whatever you can think of, it will do. It can.
So it's telling me that you can serve drinks. You can, like, dude, there's so much. Why has no other company done this? If this is so easy to just push out, why has no other company done this? I think there are a lot of legality to this. I think there are a lot of nuances to this. And I think there's a lot of novelty, and it won't have a lot of practicality. Would I love to see this come out in 2032 and it's $22,000 and everybody gets one because they're actually life-changing? Yes, that would be super, super, super cool. It's not realistic. I'll see you in 2032, and then we'll see if this actually works. Also, I'll be trying a Cybercab or RoboCab in 2027, whenever it comes out. I'll try it. I'll review it for you guys. I'll go down to the United States and I'll review it for you guys. Anyway, guys, thanks for checking it out. Elon's insane, but you know, I like his products. Pretty cool.